I want to talk a little bit more about the Champagne House and my partner's and I involvement in that. We really had a group of gay men who were really close together, who worked and sponsored that. Now, after my partner died, he was the one who took the lead in the activities at the Champagne House. And after he died, I sort of dropped out from that group. It changed. We're now, the next generation has taken over, and the next generation, but I still go to their social functions, their spring gala, and then when they have a picnic, I show up. I contribute money constantly to GCAP in memory of my partner Al, and I continue to provide clothing and at one time food. I don't do that anymore because they have a good source for their pantry. But I'm still very much interested. I think they do one of the finest jobs, the best jobs that any project in town really do for the gay community. It's just outstanding. It has developed so well. I'm very proud of the organization. I thought I might take another moment here to talk a little bit as a way of contrast about coming here to the campus from another university. I don't want to mention the name of the university, but anyway, it happened to be in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And the attitude was very strict, even stricter than here. And the reason I left there is because I was publicly exposed as being gay, and I was working for the chancellor at that time as administrative assistant to the chancellor, and this embarrassed him. It embarrassed some other people, and I was quietly put on sabbatic leave and then submitted my letter of resignation. But it was done very nicely and thoughtful about who I was and so on. But I also should mention that New Orleans wasn't that far away. Although Baton Rouge was had a huge gay population, but it was we had one bar every Saturday night. Most of the gay men would come to it, and it was a social event. We would talk and drink and chat. There may have been some pickup, but it wasn't. It was really the only social place where we could meet. And interestingly enough, it was across the street from the police station. And they left us alone. Now, New Orleans is notorious now. But in the 60s, it was you had to be very careful about being gay. The French Quarter, of course, had gay bars and everything, but there was still a pressure, particularly from the Catholic Church, about keeping things down. And so there again, there was just 2 or 3 bars that you could meet at, and you were protected. They would pay off the cops to leave us alone. And that's where we would go and have a good time. Otherwise, you went to Mardi Gras. I went to Mardi Gras every year. I was there. And this is when the drag queens would be at full regalia. I mean, you could, anything, I could, it is amazing. I was coming from the Midwest and being exposed to the openness of the gay community down there was just beyond my belief. So I learned a lot that and brought that knowledge back up here and hit the Midwest conservative attitude. And still very conservative, let me remind you, that in spite of the progress it's made, I still consider it a rather conservative community.